Welcome back YouTube, it's Dan here at Worksop Town on FM26. We're a quarter of the way through the season, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to come back and look at how the team are performing in the league, check out some individual player data, and try and work out why Kai Williams is absolutely stinking the gaff out with his absolutely horrendous player performances. So can we get a tune out of him by either changing his PIs or changing tactical instructions? So let's have a look at the league table. Starting with the league table then, as you can see, we're sat in 4th after 13 games, which is way beyond my expectations. And just a reminder, I had disabled any transfer activity in the first window, so I haven't made any signings. There have been no ins or outs at all. We're just using the squad that we were given when we took over at the club. Really good, 8 wins, 1 draw and 4 games lost. I'll show you the schedule, fixture schedule, so you can see how those came about shortly. But really pleased with how the team have performed in the league. So if we go to the fixture schedule, you were with me for the friendlies, so you saw all of that. And then we started our first game of the season was against Macclesfield, and then we played Kidderminster. As you can see, we got absolutely tonked in the first 2 games, conceding 6 goals. And I was a little bit worried after that. I thought I might have to make some tactical tweaks. I left it for the next game against Radcliffe because they weren't doing too great in the league at the time. So I didn't make any changes before that game, and we pezzled them 4-1. So I was quite happy. Played Southport, beat them, and then again went on to beat Peterborough. If I scroll a little bit further down there, you can see that from September we've lost 1 game in the last 10, which is absolutely outstanding and way beyond where I thought we would be. And you can even see that Aaron Martin's actually chipped in with a winning goal against Fylde. So really pleased with the league performance, and then now we'll go and have a look at some individual performances and see who the standouts are and why I've been tearing my hair out with Kai Williams. On to the first team then, and we're looking at the average ratings. Ignore the top one for Hamza Ben Sherif. He's only played 1 game in the FA Cup. We're going to start with Martin Woods, and just a reminder, he's like 200 years old. 39-year-old. He is some boy. What a player at 39 years old in this league. He's absolutely ripping it up. He's got 2 in the FA Cup and 6 goal contributions in 11 appearances in the league. He's been absolutely class. Another standout has been Josh Wilde. If we look at him, if you look at his attributes, he looks pretty naff. 2 stars of current ability. If we go on to our, who should be my first choice left back, you can see that his attributes are way better than Josh's, but his performances are really poor. He's had a couple of recent games where he played a little bit better, but his average rating was round about 6.6 until the last 3 games. It's crept up a little bit. He's been pretty poor. So we're going to look at something with him for individual PIs when he's playing, but he's sort of second fiddle at the minute. The main issue I've got, and the player that I'm tearing my hair out with, who's underperforming quite badly, I've got some personalised views up here that I've made myself. If we look at our wingers, crosses attempted per 90. So Joe Leasley, I've been playing him out on the left-hand side instead of Kai Williams in the last couple of games. I know Joe Leasley from his time at Darlington. I am a Darlow fan, so I am familiar with him. I have watched him play. The thing that lets him down is his physicals are dropping off quite dramatically, but he has started on the left-hand side for me for the last couple of games because Kai Williams' average ratings there, he is stinking the gaff out. Absolutely dreadful. So looking at his individual player data, for playing on the wing on the left hand side, as you can see, crosses attempted per 90 is really low for a winger, as I'd expect, and for a guy with 15 pace and 15 acceleration to attempt 2 dribbles per 90 or 3 dribbles nearly per 90 isn't really what I'm looking for. So we're going to go to the tactics screen now and try and work out how we can get a better tune out of him. And then I'll update you when we come back for the next video, probably January time when we played halfway through the season, to see if there's been any improvement from Kai Williams in his individual performances. On to Kai Williams then. We'll put some PIs in for him. We'll have a look at him in a bit more detail, and then I think I know what I'm going to do with him, but we'll just talk through the thought process. So, apart from his pace and his acceleration, he's pretty naff. He's technically below par for this level, in my opinion. I like a minimum of 8 for any attributes that contribute to the position. So I would like a minimum of 8 for crossing and dribbling, but we haven't got that. So we're just going to have to make do with what we've got. As we saw in his player data, he's not crossing as much as the other wingers in the team, and he's not really dribbling either. So what I'm thinking for PIs for him is we're going to ask him to, if he's not going to put crosses in, we're going to change his dribbling to cut inside with it. And I think we're going to ask him to dribble more often to try and force him to run with the ball, which he's not doing at the minute, and try and take advantage of his pace. So as it stands, that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to add them 2, and then come back at the end of the video and we'll have a look to see if it's made any difference to his performances. Has he managed to get any goals? Has he managed to get any assists, which is sat at 0 and 0 at the minute? And have we managed to get his average rating out of the gutter? We'll try and aim for getting him somewhere to 6.7 would be ideal as a bit of an improvement. So I'll come back in 10 games time and we'll see if there's been any improvement from Kai Williams.
A few moments later.
What the fuck?
Right, he's just dreadful. I can't do anything with him. I've tried PIs, I've tried all sorts. He's just trash. So I need a replacement. I've set up this squad view to look at sort of the key data for a winger. Crosses attempted per 90 is the main one I've been looking at, and dribbles attempted per 90. So you can see Kai Williams here is at 9 for crosses attempted per 90 and 3.1 for dribbles attempted. What I'm going to do is flick through all of the teams in the National League North and see if I can find someone I can get on a free that's got better data than Kai Williams. So we'll go and have a look and you'll join me when I find someone. That brings us to the replacement. Having had a little flick through all the teams in the league, I've identified Terrell Pennant as a probable option. I've put an offer in for him, so I'm going to try and sign him. But his data I liked. He's not started many games. His average rating isn't amazing. Better than what we've got anyway. But his dribbles per 90 was 7.1 and his crosses attempted was 10 and crosses completed nearly 2. Looking a little bit deeper into it, they're only playing with one centre forward, and whether his jump and reach is better than our target men's, I don't know. But I think looking at it, I get the feeling that if he can get the crosses in the box, our guys will put them away better than the guys at Alfreton. So having a little look at him, I think it's obviously a no-risk option, so I'm going to sign him anyway. I'll put an offer in. Crossing's better, dribbling's better. His pace isn't as good, but his technicals are much, much better, and I just think he's worth a go. Transfers in and out. One of them I wasn't happy with. I did not want to lose Oluwatabi Joseph. I really liked him. He was a good utility player, could play either full-back position, and he did all right in central midfield as well. Hendon put an offer in for just offered him a contract. He took it and left, so I couldn't do anything about it really. 2 I wanted rid of that we identified at the start of the season. Deegan Atherton, he was on about 250 quid. He's gone, so that's freed up that off the wage bill. And it was the same with Vaughan Redford as well. That's freed up 250 quid or so from the wage bill, him going. With those two going from central midfield, I needed some players in. And I've just decided to go with loans. So the first one, Keon Lewis Burgess. He's played one match in from MK Dons. Better than what we had. His height and jump and reach are a little bit of an issue in central midfield, but Martin Woods has got over 10 jump and reach and he's alright in the air, so it's not been an issue in the first game he's played. But played one match in a 7.3 rating, which is excellent, so hopefully he keeps that up. The other player, Jack Laurent Zen Jones, easy for me to say. He's also in. Again, we're only paying 20% of either player's salary. So it says 450 a week, but we're only paying 90 quid of that. And the same for Lewis Burgess, we're only paying 80 quid for him. So that's it for the transfers. And finally, I'll leave you with a look at the league table. Second, which I can't believe, we've played one game more than Scarborough, and we're quite a bit behind them, so I don't think we'll be catching them at top spot anytime soon. But if you'd offered me this at the start of the season to be just about halfway through and in the playoffs, I would have snapped your hand off because I thought we would be really struggling. So very happy with the season so far. And you guys can join me again at the end of the season if we're getting into the playoffs, or if the season's ended and we haven't been in the playoffs, I won't bother coming back. I'll just do an end of season update. So that's it from me. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one and got a little bit of something out of it. And I'll see you at the end of the season.